Hey!
Oh.
Excited. It's weird.
Switched it up, didn't we?
Look at this new layout. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Malt and Magic. Tonight we're doing something a little bit different and we're super excited to have you guys joining us. I am Bodhi, your unexceptional dungeon master or games master for this one, and I'm joined by our exceptional cast of players. What's up, exceptional cast of players? How you guys doing?
What's up?
Oh, good.
Hell yeah.
Ready to roll.
Amazing. Do you guys want to go through and just introduce yourselves quickly?
Hello, I'm Dave, and I will be playing myself. No, hi. I am Dave, and I will... I've no idea what I'm doing tonight. It's crazy. I love it. Never played Orbital Blues before, but I'm super thrilled to just have a blast, and just see how it all goes. It's always nice. It kind of feels like starting to play D&D for the first time, having never played it before. It's that kind of excitement. So yes, very much looking forward to it.
Hell yeah. Go on,
And
Danny.
I am Danny, and I get a chance to try and derail another DM for a change, so I'm quite looking forward to that.
I'm glad you said derail and not just rail.
I'll do as well if you want.
He's not picky.
Railing, then
It's fine.
derailing.
A
little bit of both of those
going
going
on.
on.
Right, go on.
I'm Tom, the father half of Homie and the Dude, and I will be playing Isaac on Landing, and looking forward to Orbital Blues. This is second or third time we've played, and yeah, it's a different little take than D&D, so I'm super psyched.
Good stuff. And I think that leaves me, which is weird being in this bottom corner. But I am Matt. I am playing a character tonight. I'm the most relaxed I've ever been on one of our live streams, so this is awesome. Take it away, boys.
Amazing. Awesome. If you guys are all sat comfortably and everyone at home is sat comfortably, then let's begin.
That was fucking
Right.
cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, that was worth
Right,
every pound we spent on that. Well done.
Quickly, before we get into it, little disclaimer, this actual play is intended for mature audiences. It contains anxiety, death, depression, gambling, mental illness, and associated trauma, poverty, substance abuse, and violence. So as always, viewers' discretion is advised.
That's not even our characters, that's just us.
It's literally as we press stream. Like,
Right, okay, so a radio frequency blasts out across the airwaves of Mars-Cinco, the fragmented chunk of Mars that drifts in orbit of the sun. The radio cuts through the airways and is very sharp, as it always is when it comes on. And you guys hear, "Welcome to Molten Magic 97.8. I am your host, Bodhi, the unexceptional GM, dazzling your ears in the AM. Today, we will be chronicling tales about the renegade future of yesterday that nobody wanted. So, buckle up, check your thruster valves, and get ready, for the legends we spin will welcome you into the galactic era of the outlaw. And as always at 97.8, the following music-filled Moon Age daydream of the rebel race to Andromeda is all 100% true. These are your Orbital Blues." And at that point, we see a hand slam down onto a radio that rests on the bar of a derelict 50s kind of style diner. You can see the linoleum floor spreading wide with marks of scorches and various things. You can see that the bar itself is made out of like chromatic metal with like sections of red leather cushioning separated by that chromatic metal. The person who slams his hand down on the counter has brown hair that is pushed to the side. It's a little bit matted with dirt. You can see his skin is kind of dusty. It's got a kind of layer of what you guys know as Mars dust. It's kind of the thing that covers everything on Mars-Cinco out in the wastelands. And as he puts his hand on the radio, he goes, "God damn, fucking Void Corp sponsored bullshit." He turns around to a table. Who sat at the table, guys? Which one of you is sat at the table?
I'm standing at the counter, and I look over to the brown-haired guy, and I say, "Fucking Void Corp, huh?"
Fuck those scum, man. I'm fucking done with their shit. Every fucking day, it's a new fucking thing, and now they've got the fucking radio. I bet you he was about to do a sponsored segment about some fucking bullshit. Fucking make Mars great again. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, let's do this fucking deal so I can get the fuck out of here. You're wasting my fucking time.
Look, man, I'm just getting us some drinks, and then we're gonna sit down, and we're gonna have our drinks, and then we're gonna go at our own pace, because pace is important. And if you want to have a dramatic handoff that symbolizes, like movie-like experience, then you're gonna have to slow down a bit, buddy.
He's gonna turn and point at Vegas sat in the booth. And it's gonna go, "Vegas, are you fucking kidding me with this guy? Are you fucking for real? Do you hear the shit coming out of his mouth? Fuck's sake, man. I can't believe I'm having to deal with you fucking lowlifes." Tom, can you please describe your character? And Dave, and Matt, can you also please describe your character? Tom, you go first, and then Matt, you go second.
Yeah. My character's name, as mentioned, is Isaac on Landing. I am for Mars-Cinco as about as immaculately dressed as I can be. Not necessarily in style of clothing, but there's a little bit of that, but also just in cleanliness. It looks like my like fatigues, my battle fatigues are they've been washed and rewashed. They've been washed this morning. I've got some product in my hair. If you pulled my gloves off, you'd see that probably I'm the one person out of 1,000 that has clean fingernails sitting on this dusty desert moonscape island. And yeah, dude, I'm just here for, certainly on the surface, for chilling and doing things my way.
Hell yeah. Matt, give us a little description of what Vegas sat in the booth looks like.
Yeah, so it's probably almost totally the opposite, actually. Vegas is sat there in a dusty sort of brown overcoat, definition of outlaw. This shaggy black hair, if you like, just brushed over to the side. Big old scarf on. And as he looks up, he's also got this eye patch with sort of cybernetic machinery built into it as well. Big scraggly stubble as well, just sort of some grey pants and a black ribbed sort of cable sweater on, if you like.
Nice.
Which is a little bit patchy in places. He's got some scars on his face. He's not a multiple-headed character, just one character. And yeah, as sort of this individual turns around and says, "Vegas, who the fuck is this?" Vegas is just going to turn around and sort of look up, waiting for his drink. "Listen, friend, this is going to go one of two ways. My friend Isaac here, he is about as polite can get. So why don't we do this nice and easy? Because I don't want to see nobody's inside scattered around on the outside. Capiche?"
Holy shit, well, if you didn't say what I was thinking. Well, fucking let's get on with it then. And he walks over and gestures to a gentleman sat on one of the booths, like kind of on the back of one of the chairs. He's flipping a machete in the air and catching it on the handle. This guy is like really skinny. He almost looks like a bit strung out, dark rings around his eyes, hair kind of receding. but he's got tattoos that go like all the way up his neck, and they kind of look like motherboard lines, and kind of spread up his neck, as he's like, "Come on, Daz, get over here!" And he's talking to a guy who's outside. You guys can see through the smash window next to the booth, the guy outside holding an SMG rifle kind of walks in and takes a seat at the bar next to you, Isaac. Daz is big, heavy gentleman, like big, thick coat on, scarf tied around that's up like a balaclava above his nose, and he joins you at the bar. He joins you at the booth, Vegas, and as he joins you at the booth, he looks to your left and goes, "What are you looking at, punk?" Talking to Gigabyte. Danny, can you please introduce your character for us?
Yes, so Gregor Byte, more affectionately known as Gigabyte, looks like a bit of a cross between an old Vietnam War veteran, think Lieutenant Dan from Forrest Gump, but he's also got kind of that London mechanic sort of vibe where he's got tools on him at all times. He's got a cigarette, sorry for the American audience. He's got a cigarette on, and it's a sort of cigarette where he never taps it. It would just be he draws it, and then it's got a really long thing of ash, and everyone's on tenterhooks about when it's going to drop.
Yeah.
Scraggy long hair, scruffy beard, oil or grease on his face. He's got 2 cybernetic arms, and you'll see below his shaggy trousers he's got 1 cybernetic leg. And
what you looking at?
I was looking at the pancake menu, actually. I was just trying to look around your fucking head. And then Ash will just fall onto the table, onto his plate.
He looks behind him to see a poster that is half scorched, showing various different pancake options. As he turns back, he goes, "Oh, I see. Okay, fair enough. Okay, do you got it?" And he pulls a briefcase from under the chair that he sat at in the booth and places it next to him on the bench.
I grab the martini pitcher that was just handed to me over the bar, and I turn around and I say, now let's see, Zane, you wanted martini. Giga, did you want water or martini? What was that you wanted? As I'm pouring one for myself, and then I turn around to the guy that brown-haired guy, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of a festive thing, right? Should we celebrate the occasion and kind of de-stress the pressure here? Because who really wants pressure? I mean, that is just a dramatic concoction that is brought into these situations where it can just be a straight transaction, business-like, fun, high fives, a little bit of a drink, a toast, and then on we go. As I pour Zane's martini into his glass, I pour one into mine, and I raise a little toast to Zane.
Tom, as you do this, Daz, the heavy-set fellow who sat on one of the bar stools across from you, laughs and he's like, "Huh, you are funny, little guy. You say lots of things that make very little sense when you put it into sentence. It's funny. I like that." And looks back to the table.
As he says this,
sort of take that drink and raises it to Isaac. "Good job, well done, my friend."
I look to Zane as I'm holding this pitcher of martinis, and I say, "Zane, you know what happens when someone doesn't describe my physical attributes accurately." And I spin around and I crash the martini pitcher on the dude's head that's sitting at the bar, and I say, "Little guy is not reflective of my height. That is not at all how tall I am."
Oh, fucking, here we go.
Amazing.
No, dude. I didn't start
Amazing.
this. Fuckface started
Tom,
it.
Can you make an attack roll for me, please? So you got to roll 3d6, and you have to use 2 of the dice to try and hit an 8. The third one is the damage that you deal.
Yep. So 2 dice equal a 9, so that hits, and then the damage is a 1.
Damage is a 1. Beautiful. You smash this martini glass over his head. Shards go scattering across the floor. In this moment, Dave, where is your character at? What is your character doing?
My character is suddenly perked up as things have got fun. It's finally his part of the party. He was looking quite nervous throughout all this. Not nervous, just edgy. He didn't want to be here. Kept looking back. As soon as the suitcase came up onto the table, then he brightened a little bit. But then obviously he's like, hey, as a martini glass gets smashed around the head of one of the regulars. So
can you please describe your character for us?
I can. So my character, Jesse, is a well-built individual. He's got a sort of keeps his hair fairly closely shaved, somewhere between that and a buzz cut, but he doesn't always try to keep it as a buzz cut, just somewhere in between those two. He's quite athletic build. He's wearing like a black scraggly sort of t-shirt, but it fits him alright. He's got like armaments and not armaments, the weapon bands just all over him. He's got tons all over himself, and there's like even 2 small pistols on his thighs, and a massive gun that I presume he's been able to bring in.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, so basically, a load of army gear that looks really scraggly. It has been looked after, but it's been through some shit. And he has got tattoos over his arms, and a few scars here or there. He's been through some shit. Whether you can tell this in someone, he doesn't look the brightest tool in the shed.
Amazing. At your feet is the box with the Medi-drone that you captured for this deal, for this exchange that was going to happen. At the moment that the glass shatters, Dan, the brown-haired gentleman sat across from Vegas, reaches into the sofa cushion of the bench and pulls out a sawn-off shotgun, points it at Vegas's head. You can see Scrag, the skinny gentleman flipping the machete, hops off the bench and points it at Gigabyte. You can see that Daz is kind of takes a stumble off the chair, holding his head, and turns around and points the submachine gun that he has at Isaac, and is like, "What the fuck, man? Why you hit me for? This is not necessary."
Dude, you ruined our toast.
Daz is pulling a sawn off at me before the sawn off even comes up. 2 revolvers are out. Let's not be too hasty, friend.
Yeah, and we're not the ones here causing some fucking shit. It's your crazy friend. You need to sort it the fuck out, Vegas. This isn't important of the fucking thing. If you were nice and
polite, this would go down easy.
Exactly. We're trying to have a festive toast here, and it just feels like the energy in the room is working against that. I simply want to be described as I am. I'm exactly 5'10" 3/4, and I believe you referred to me as little man. That's inaccurate. It's just inaccurate.
Daz looks at you. Are you fucking crazy? Are you fucking crazy? You hit me because I called you little man. Are you fucking... What is this shit, Dan? What are we dealing with?
Hey, do you not want this stupid drone shit? Can we not have our money yet? Drone. Money.
See, Dan looks at Vegas. Vegas, you and him connect eyes. We almost get that anime split of the screen as the 2 eyes kind of meet each other in the center of the screen. As he looks at you and goes, "Okay, look, I'm sure we all want to walk out of here, credits and drone, in one piece as well as our lives. Let's all just lower our weapons."
Don't get me wrong, I'll be walking out of here The choice is whether you be walking or crawling.
Way to de-escalate
think
the
so.
situation. Hang on, why have I become American now? Fuck's sake. I got drawn into your accent.
What was
No,
that? Sorry,
Dan.
you sound to be malfunctioning next to him.
Yeah, and then you'll hear like a twitch and then a dial-up internet noise as I kind of bring myself back. Fucking hell, we're trying to de-escalate the situation. Can we just get out of here? I want to get back to old Bessie. I miss me old girl.
You see,
My
Dan
friend here has a point.
uncocks the hammers of his sawn off and puts it next to him.
Jesse's gonna
Isaac.
stand up while Zane's speaking, while Vega's speaking. Pick up the briefcase and start walking it towards the table. And he reaches out for the other briefcase, in looking like he is just going to do that. Straight swap, straight on the table.
You see Dan put his hand up.
Vegas
Wait a
will
second.
look to
Yeah, go for it,
Vegas
Matt.
will look to Isaac. Nah, Isaac, I appreciate your sensibility. Has been a little offended here, but I see no reason not to do business. So why don't you get yourself another drink and we'll get some credits and
Yeah, and just absolutely just for the room. There's no offense taken. I just want accuracy in conversation. That's all I'm asking for. This is nothing about personal beefs or anything. And I go up to Daz, and I see the blood coming down from his head, and I just go up to him and I say, "You just hold still right there." And I go in and I try to
as you
lick
walk up
the
close
blood
to him,
off of his forehead.
As you go in close to him, he presses the barrel of his little MP9 against your chest, and is like, "Take one more step. I fucking dare you."
And as he says that,
Oh, you're fucking dead in there. He's going to do it, isn't he? He's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's going to.
as he says that, I say, "I fucking double dare you. You want to blow up this deal? You want to blow me up? You're doing me a fucking favor. Pull the fucking trigger right now."
Dan, call your boys off.
Daz.
And I go in at that point. I do
Yes,
go in
yes.
and I do lick the side of his head where the blood is.
Zach, can I have your cut if you die?
Can you please make me a muscle check, Tom, as the barrel is currently posted up against your chest? So it's 2d6, and you're looking to beat an 8. It's 2d6 plus your muscle.
Oh, cool. That was a 9 plus my muscle. So I already beat it, but my muscle is, just for shits and gigs, it's a 10.
Okay, amazing. As you grab his head and lick the blood off the side of his face, everyone else, can you take a blues as you witness one of your compatriots lick blood off of an enemy's face while he is still very much alive and not keen at all. And as you lick the
Bodhi, just
blood,
for folks that aren't familiar with Orbital Blues, then, do you want to describe what that is, by any chance?
yes, so blues is a mechanic where basically when something affects the players based on their backstory or something that's fairly traumatic or something like that, they take a blues. And blues is a currency that they can use once they get to 8 blues. They enter something called Troubles Are Brewing. So as he does this, he takes a step and he's like, "Ah, what the fuck?" And he turns to Dan. Dan looks at him, looks to Scrang, and goes, "Get the box!" As soon as he does that, he's going to grab the briefcase and go to attack Vegas. So, can everyone please roll initiative for me?
Okay.
Oh,
All right, so
shit.
that went well.
I did not expect that to be so quick.
Smash and grab.
Initiative is a D6 and your savvy, isn't it?
So,
Yeah, it's D6 plus your savvy. So for
D6
initiative,
I
it's
get 2d6, because I have fast hands.
Yes, you do indeed, good sir.
Oh, nice.
Right.
That's a grand total of 6 for me, because I got a 4 on my d6.
Okay,
I
so
got a 6
let's
too.
I got a 6 as well.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Oh,
what's your savvy?
shit!
Whole crew
Yeah,
rocking up.
who's got the highest savvy? Let's go with savvy, and then we'll do
I've
rerolls.
got +2 savvy.
0.
I got +2.
Oh.
You've seen how much
Roll
savvy
off,
I have.
then.
If I could have
I'll let you
negative
go
savvy,
first,
I'd have
Matt.
negative savvy.
yeah, it's about
I'll
right.
let you go first, Matt, because you're quick draw.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Happy with that.
Amazing.
And I rolled a
Matt is
5.
first.
Nice.
Awesome. So Matt is first. So Matt is first. Who was next? Then it was Danny.
Yeah.
That's Gigabyte.
Gregor,
Cool. Then it
Then
was
Isaac.
Tom.
Isaac, yep.
Beautiful. And then it was Jesse. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome sauce. Let me just roll for these guys as well. Beautiful. So it's gonna be and then it's gonna be here. Cool, wonderful. So this is the order that proceeds. So first up in the initiative is Dan. With an element of surprise, he takes the briefcase, not the sawn off, and basically lunges across the table, placing the front of the briefcase against your face, Vegas. He then proceeds to punch the back of the briefcase into your face as the briefcase opens, and you can see that the briefcase he was going to give you had nothing in it. You are going to take 1 point of damage as the briefcase cracks your nose and you feel that iron taste begin seeping down the back of your throat as you get a blood drip happening down the back of your throat. That
So
is
that's
his
against my
turn.
heart score, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, so against your heart. So can you, it's your turn, Matt. You are up next. As you take this briefcase to the face, it falls to the table between you and is open with nothing inside of it.
Very good. In this case, then, seeing the briefcase empty, there would be sort of a quick retort of, that was damn foolish, and he's pulling out both of the revolvers. Dual shot
Amazing.
straight into Dan.
I'll give you 2 options. You can either make 2 attacks, or you can make 1 attack with upper hand, which is basically essentially similar to D&D's advantage. You get an extra dice to roll on the attack, and you take the 3 highest out of those dice. What would you prefer to do?
I'm going to take upper hand, so that's 3d6, isn't it?
So no, it's 4d6.
Is it 4?
Whoa,
Interesting.
nice.
Yeah,
Another
it is
D6.
4d6.
I am definitely
You
taking
get rid of the lowest, and then make 8 with 2, and then the damage is what's left.
Okay, we'll get rid of that. So I've got exactly an 8 with 2 of the dice, and the damage is then 5.
8 with
yeah.
2 of the dice, incredible. With this attack, by the way, you can add your savvy to it as well for future reference as well. Savvy gets added
Okay,
to
so
range
that would have
as
been
well.
that would have been a 10 for the attack. Then I'm assuming it's
Beautiful.
the attack, not the damage.
Yeah, and the damage is whatever the final dice is, and that was a 5.
It was 5 points of
Beautiful.
damage.
Awesome. Can you describe where you were aiming? How do you hit Dan on a 5
Oh,
damage?
well.
You have wounded him very badly.
So I'll say usually Vegas is a pretty dead shot with these revolvers, but having just been lamped in the face with a fucking briefcase, he's a little bit off. So the shot goes a little bit wide and just sort of scars past his face, across his cheek, blows part of the face off, and the ear comes off as well.
Beautiful. You hear the as the ear falls to the ground in a bloody mess. You hear the as the laser goes past his face, cauterizing the flesh on his face as it travels past, and bounces off of the chrome wall behind you, off of 2 more chrome surfaces before it hitting into the linoleum floor around you guys. Beautiful work. Anything else from you? You've taken an attack. You can move. You can do anything else. Let me know if there's anything else you want to do, and I'll let you know whether it's too much to do this turn or anything else. Matt.
I would also probably have stood up at this point, so I've got the ability to dive around if I need to.
Amazing, awesome. So you're kind of stood on the bench, 1 foot on the bench, 1 foot on the table, kind of vibe.
I'd probably say I've ducked out of the booth and slid back a little bit to give me a little bit of distance between the people that I'm fighting now.
Awesome, perfect, awesome. Cool, next up is Gigabyte. Gregor, give it to us.
So, because I am a melee weapon user against people armed with guns, can I make the roll with upper hand if I'm within close range?
With to Dan or Scrang? Scrang is it near? Dan is close.
Okay.
Are they also just the two in the room, basically, against us?
There's
You've got
Daz as well.
You got Daz, Scrang, and Dan.
Okay, of course, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing the one who's close.
Cool. That's Dan, who seems to be the leader from what you can tell, Gregor.
So what you'll just hear like a powering up noise, and then like a really loud buzzing static electricity noise, because my cybernetic arms are actually like impromptu cattle prod arms as well.
The Windows XP startup tone sounds.
Oh, we didn't have to do this, but fuck it, here we go, you slag. And then I'll just right hook him with my arm.
Amazing. I love it. That's incredible. Hell yeah. Love that so much. Go for it. Roll me an attack. So that's 3d6. And 3d6 in. You get rid of what you're trying to do is make 8 and then get rid of the one that you want to keep for damage, basically.
Do I add my savvy to it?
Yes, you do. No, for you it's muscle because it's close range, or cybernetics, whichever you'd prefer.
Good. I'm glad you said cybernetics because my muscle is 0, but my cybernetics is 2. So I'm glad you said that because I wouldn't have made 8 otherwise. So with my cybernetics, amazing. I just make 8 and my damage is 2.
Incredible. Your damage is 2. We're going to circle back to exactly how that plays out in a second. Danny, can you please roll me a sanity check?
Of course. How many d6s is a sanity check? 1 or 2?
It's 2 d6s plus your sanity.
Is this for Danny or for Gregor? I don't know.
Fucking hell. That's 5.
All of the above.
5 altogether.
5
altogether.
Beautiful.
On sanity.
So, at that moment, we see Danny's character, his clothes go translucent, almost like we're x-raying through his clothing, to see just around the edge of his right arm that he threw the punch, almost that same tattoo that you see on Scrang's neck begins to kind of grow ever so slightly further from the shoulder towards his neck. Danny, can you please decrease your sanity score by 1?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Awesome. So you wind up for a gorgeous little check hook. You clip Dan around the face. You hit him so hard that he actually falls out of the booth onto the ground and rolls. Now, with your stun, are you using the stun effect? Give me a little bit of info on the stun effect of your
Yeah. So I suppose my arms are kind of like batons that I can choose to stun people with and knock them unconscious should I wish to, but I'm not doing that at the minute. Just noticing that he's got an empty bag of money that I want. I kind of don't want him unconscious because I want him to tell me where the credits are, so I'm just smashing him on the head at the minute.
Amazing. He looks up at you from the ground, Danny, and is like, fuck, get out of here, guys. As he says that to Scrang and Daz, you can see blood seeping from his mouth. A tooth falls out as he's talking as well onto the ground. Cool. Next up are Daz and Scrang. So Daz is going to take a shot at you, Tom, with the M4. That's beautiful. So you with the MP9, sorry, and you take 6 points of damage as he blasts you square in the chest with 5 bullets out of this submachine gun. As the force of it actually lifts you off your feet and you go flying back about 5 or 10 feet, slide on the ground, and hit the bar that you were just against. You can see as you hit the bar, the tumbler of the cocktail tumbler falls onto the ground next to you and lands perfectly upright. The lid pops off next to you, and it lands perfectly upright next to you. But you take a heavy amount of damage as the shots pass through you. You realize that they are also laser powered, similar to Vegas's weapon, and it cauterizes you straight through the center of your chest. Ooh. Beautiful. Scrang is then going to leap for the drone box. and is going to try and grab that.
I mean, Jesse would still be holding it then, I'm guessing.
Yes, I imagine it would still be in your hands. So let's have a contest, shall we, Dave? Let's roll muscle versus muscle. Let's go for
Sure.
muscle
What am I
versus
doing?
muscle. So you're rolling 2d6 and then adding your muscle to it, and then giving me the number.
9.
9. Okay. I got an 11. So Scrang, slippery as he is, wraps his arm underneath and elbows you in the stomach as he rips the box away from you and turns, sprints past, leaps over Dan on the ground, sprints past Daz and goes, "Fuck you guys!" and just fucking runs out of the, runs to the door. He gets to the door in his turn. Cool. Next up is Dave.
Is who?
It's Dave.
So,
I had it both. I had a 6.
Sorry. You're totally right, Tom. My apologies. My apologies. You're totally right. It is you, Tom. You're next.
All right. So with that, as he's running past, do I have the ability to throw a knee up to try to trip him?
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it. Roll me either a. You can choose grit or muscle for that one.
I'm gonna do grit, but while I'm doing that, I'm actually gonna grab at the same time as I see him going past me. I'm gonna grab the pitcher of the martini pitcher that landed straight up, and I'm gonna take a drink of it casually. And I'm going to look at Daz and I'm going to say, "Good shot," while I take a shot myself and then stick my leg out to try to trip Scrag.
Awesome. For that awesome bit of description, give me you can do it with upper hand. I love it. Give me a little upper hand on that one. So you get 3d6, take the highest 2, and then add your muscle or grit, whatever you want to do.
Cool. So that is an 8 plus 4. So it's a 4.
That's a 4.
You mean... Sorry. Oh, so this is just a check. Sorry. So, so it's 8 plus. Hang on a second. 8 plus 2 is a 10. Sorry, my bad.
10. Beautiful. You stick your leg out, and Scrang trips, falls. The box falls out of his arms and slides to the door of the diner as he begins kind of commando crawling towards it to look to continue his movement and to collect that. Anything else on your turn? You can have one more thing if you'd like to do something.
Yep. So as I'm taking my drink, I actually pull my revolver out and turn around as he's behind me, tripped behind me, and aim at his head with my revolver.
Beautiful. Awesome. Go for it. Make me an attack roll. Love it.
So it's 3d6.
3d6 indeed. And then try and make 8, and then the last one is damage.
That does not make 8, unfortunately.
Okay. So you can, in this moment, exert yourself. You can expend a heart to re-roll a die if you so wish.
Let's do it. Hell yeah. I'm down on heart, but I don't care, dude, because I don't care, dude.
Awesome.
There we go. So there's my 8 plus... So 3 damage.
3 damage. Beautiful. You guys see this epic moment as Isaac slams up against the bar from being shot, takes a drink, says, "Lucky shot," trips Scrang, pulls out his revolver, and just blasts him square in the back of the skull. You see a blood splatter cover the box and the floor in front of Scrang as he lies dead on the ground close to the door. Cool. Last but not least
Isaac.
is... Nice, love it. And then last.
I do it. By the way, I do it with epic. There's no there's no additional movement, and it's kind of like I try to do it as stylized as possible, almost as if I'm picturing a gangster, which I have never been. But the image of a gangster doing it, I have my hand like sort of sideways when I hit him, and I just watch. And then I look down to put it somewhere, but I've got holes inside of all of my chest area. So I'm just looking down, trying to figure out where to put this revolver. You can't really find it.
Cool. Jesse, you're up.
Jesse was following the path of, I can't remember the name, but whoever was running out for the door with the briefcase.
Strang.
And obviously was about to react when Isaac got there first. So he then spins back round to the rest of the group. He pushes the rifle that's on his back. He pushes it, and on the sling it basically swings round, and he just grabs it. Who's the furthest away from all of us? From him, from Jesse.
From Jesse, you're nearby to the furthest is Dan is like on the floor between you, and then Daz is at a nearby distance from you. So like two range bound.
Was Daz the what we were thinking of is the brains of the operation here? I can't remember which one was which.
No, Daz is the big dude, the big one dude. With the SMG.
100%. So Jesse just points square at the chest of Daz with his very heavily modified rifle, and just goes, "Well, this rodeo's fixing to kick off," and just shoots straight towards him.
Beautiful, awesome. Go for it. Make me an attack roll. I love that. You see Vegas put his fingers in his ear, knowingly having been around weapons his whole life. He knows what's about to happen.
This is so close range for a marksman rifle. It's untrue.
Yeah. The concussion wave of this fucking thing is going to be incredible.
Right, what does that mean? What do I do?
So you basically get advantage. So add an extra die to it and get rid of the lowest, and then use that for the attack roll. So 4 dice. And you're looking to make 8 with 2 of them, and then the damage is the remaining die.
Great. So I've made 8 with 2 of those. You say take the lowest one away, leaving me with 5. Do I add anything to that, like muscle or anything?
You add savvy to it.
I add savvy to that. Great. That's 0, so it's a 5.
Not to your damage. I was going to say.
Oh,
it's only to your attack roll.
Yeah, only to the attack roll. So the attack roll hits, and it's 5 damage.
Yep.
Beautiful, beautiful. What you see, Isaac, from behind Daz is you see Daz turn, look, and go, "Oh shit!" As you hear the of the trigger, you hear the click of the trigger, and then you hear that muzzle just explode as a high-powered 7.76 bullet ripples across the room. You can see Daz is stood there, and then suddenly out the back of Daz's back, you see a small kind of point appear, as then suddenly the cloth extends backwards before it then rips, and a bullet pings off the wall across the way. You see him collapse onto the ground, look at you and go, "Fuck you," as he then dies as well on the ground.
So Jesse basically leant forward into that one, so he basically slid back an inch as it went off.
Amazing.
You know, and then try because Isaac's his mentor. He kind of tries to get near the barrel end to go. And just completely fucks it up. He can't get anywhere near it.
Amazing. Dave, you can take an inspiration for that awesome description of you sliding backwards. So you get 1 free d6 to add to any one of your rolls. Give you upper hand on something. That's super sick. I love the idea you blast. You're like down on one knee and you still slide back on the linoleum floor. It's absolutely perfect. Absolutely love that. Cool. We're going to now exit initiative as Dan is on the ground looking at his 2 friends. He's bleeding from the mouth and he's kind of crawling. And he like puts a hand on Gregor's like trousers and is pulling. He's like, "Don't kill me. I'll leave. I'll never say anything."
Jesse's really hyped at this point, so he gets up and he's like, "Whoa!" And he's like trying to get in front, in the way, and he's like, "Yeah, it was fun," and just get really up close to Dan, who's left.
Well, with him saying that to me, I've got a bit of a crazy look in my eye as I've kind of glazed over after the cybernetic thing went up my neck, and I kind of just go, and just put my thumbs in his eyes. Squeeze as hard as I can.
He lets out an absolutely massive wail as you just place your thumbs through his eyes, and as you release, the body lies dead. At that moment, everything is still, and quiet in the diner. You hear the wind blowing outside as you look out of the shattered glass window of the booth next to you guys. You see a tumbleweed kind of rolling across the layered red mesa ground outside. And Dan is dead. You guys have the box in the room. Over to you guys. What you want to do next?
I start crawling over
Vegas is
to.
gonna.
I start crawling over to Daz, and because I can't get up quickly, I just start kind of like shuffling over to him, and I get up next to Daz, and I get close to him, and I open his mouth up, and I whisper in his ear, "I'm 5'10" and a fucking half," and then I literally put my mouth into his mouth and rip out his tongue, and I say, "Lessons are hard to learn," and I spit his tongue out, and then I kind of just
everyone take a blues for that. The blues for everyone right there. As you all start looking at each other and realizing the shit show that just went down, Vegas, the deal that you realize now, there's no 10,000 credits here for you, and there's a stolen Medidrone in your possession.
Oh,
So
did I fuck
Vegas
it up,
will
lads?
kneel.
I fucking killed him.
Vegas is gonna kneel down at Dan, look up at Gigabyte. Remind me and you that word when we get back to best. I am gonna search Dan's corpse for anything that might allude to where some money is.
Jesse's walking over to the broken briefcase like, "You mean the money wasn't in it?"
Yeah, amazing.
No shit, Jesse.
Well, where is it then?
That's what I'm about to find out, hopefully. And I'll start rifling through pockets, searching for, I don't know, credit chips, fucking anything.
Well, I don't know about you, I don't think
I'll
you're going to
probably
be able
pocket
to
the
ask him.
sawn-off shotgun as well.
Yeah, awesome. You grab the sawn-off shotgun, and can you make me a savvy check to go through his pockets, please? Vegas.
I'm assuming that's just a D6 plus my savvy, yeah?
It's 2d6 plus savvy to try and be 8.
Shit.
Is there a
That is
waitress in this
grand
diner?
total of 5.
Grand total of 5. Is there a waitress in this diner? You can see at the corner of the bar, there is like this, basically what you can see is on a rail behind the bar, an automaton waitress that has like a metallic like skirt that is painted red with then like a little metallic bow and a little like metallic hat that's tilted off to the side. And you can see that one of her arms has like been blown off in some sort of explosion, and one of her like robotic eyes is like hanging loose but completely deactivated.
I don't know where that explosion could have come from. Fucking 7.62 round in the shoulder.
Matt, as you're looking through, you find a couple of different little things. You find a piece of paper with a phone number on it. The phone number, the name on the phone number is Big Al.
Hankovich.
Big Al's Diner.
In Big Al. And also you find, you're rifling through and you find a set of keys. As you stand up looking at the keys, you're looking at the keys kind of in front of you and they're in focus. And then like you look in the background and the background becomes focus as you look out of the cracked window of the diner and you can see 2 Void Corp hover bikes outside. And you reckon that the keys probably have something to do with those.
Well, looks like we got a ride at least.
We already had a ride. Old Bessie.
Yeah, well, now we got extra.
Hey,
We
Giga,
might want to torch them, actually.
hand just for a second, Giga.
I'll take off my hand and give it to him.
And you hand him your hand.
I take it and I look at it and I turn to him. I say, "Thanks, man," and I start just like wiping some of the blood off of my chest, and then I put it down, almost like a tripod action, and I start bracing myself to kind of get up using his hand, and I get up on on my 2 legs. I hold it, I give it a lick, and then I hand it back to him. I say, "Thanks, Giga." Like, as if I
Amazing.
was expecting him to do exactly what he just did. Like, that's what he does when you say hand.
Amazing. Tom, can you please make me a savvy check? While he's doing that, what are the rest of you guys doing? Matt, you've got these keys now. You've got the sawn off. You've tucked the sawn off into like your belt or like the back of your trousers kind of thing.
So I think at this point, Vegas is probably looking at the keys, looking at the hover bikes. We brought the truck, didn't we? Maybe we load these into the truck and, I don't know, maybe extra credits to the right folk, providing we can get away from here unseen. We all need to work on our fucking communication skills, because this was a total shit show.
This was not a shit show, man. This was just, look, we had a communication breakdown, and there was some natural consequences
Precisely
of that
what I mean.
event.
Come
We
on,
need to
Zach.
work on our communication
You
skills.
licked his face.
Well, I was trying to be compassionate in the time of trying to express a lesson to him that he needs to be factual when he talks to me. I'm 5'10" and a half. I've told you all I'm 5'10" and a half.
Yeah, but you and I have a very different idea of what compassion is. Licking someone's face.
Well, when you lick something, aren't you expressing compassion at it? That's
It's
what I.
just
Depends where it's
weird,
been.
man.
You don't know where that individual's been crawling.
And that's very true.
Gigabyte is used to these sort of conversations, so he's just going to tail off and go and try and fix the automaton bar lady. He's going to try and fix the waitress.
Jesse's walking back over to pick up
memory.
Jesse's walking back over to go and grab the briefcase with the drone in it. Just like
And what I'll do,
smear the
if
blood off it.
if she still works enough that she may have recorded what they did before we got here, I'm going to see if that is an option, because they may have stashed money somewhere.
Okay, amazing. At that moment, can everyone please make me an observation check? So an observation check is just 2d6. Just 2d6.
By the way, my savvy check was a fail. By the way, previously.
Beautiful. You're trying to think of where you can get something to heal yourself, or to repair the wounds that you currently have, and you are just drawing a big old fat blank on that at the moment. You're looking around the diner. There's no like medipacks. There's no stim injections. There's nothing like that around you. But you do have a drone that you can see sat in a box that is known as a medi-drone. Amazing. What was everyone's observation check?
6.
Anyone over a 7?
4.
No.
I got a 10.
10.
Nice.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Both observation is just straight roll, or does it have any
Just 2d6.
modifiers?
Yeah. 2d6.
Yep. I got a 7.
A 7. Beautiful. So, Isaac, as you're kind of getting yourself back to your feet, you notice something very odd. As does Gigabyte at the same time. Isaac, you see kind of coming in the distance, and you put your hand up to check whether it's glare, but there's no like sun coming through the window at this moment in time. You see like what looks like almost like a red laser coming through the window. As Giga, you're fixing and you're trying to mend this droid. Can you make me a grit or savvy check, whichever you'd prefer, to try and mend this droid?
Ooh, I only got actually I got a 7. That's not bad actually. Oh, that's still not an 8 though, is it?
Plus, yeah.
No, it's
7 is what I got
7 plus, and that's plus your savvy or grit.
with my savvy as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. So as you're kind of doing this, you see a red dot on the face of the bot next to you. As suddenly you guys hear from off in the distance, as there's a second of nothing, and suddenly, king clang, as a bullet rips the head of the droid off in front of you, Gigabyte, and tears it apart.
Jesse spins round with a rifle again, pointing out from where that came from, looking through.
Amazing.
I think Vegas is going to dive onto his knees and sort of do this reverse spin move on his knees as he comes up under the window with both pistols out. Just
Yeah.
Oh,
Kick
fuck.
ass.
Yep.
taking
Isaac
some
collapses
cover.
to the ground as well. Straight to the ground.
Amazing. Giga?
I will dive over the counter.
Nice.
Amazing. You dive over the counter, knocking some like loose glasses that were still there, and like a bit of a jukebox that was kind of on one side. You kick it and smash the glass as you go over. Amazing. Dave, as you look out, can you please make me a? Actually, you know what? You can see with the scope that's on your marksman rifle. You're looking out, and you can see posted up on a dune, far off in the distance, at a remote range, is someone with a similar Void Corp bike with a huge, heavy-duty laser rifle, basically pointed back at you guys.
So as far as I believe, my rifle is capable of such a shot.
Is it what are its classifications?
Just having a look here.
I believe
so
it's ranged, isn't it?
Yeah, sorry, it was. We were going. We said armor piercing and loud, but it is an army issue rifle. Trying to remember what else we said from it. It being a military weapon.
Scope on it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else we put on.
Yeah,
it, really.
you can definitely take a shot at them for sure.
As he's doing that, I calibrate that red dot thing, and I just say to Jesse, that was coming at about 45, 46 degrees. Take a shot. Take the shot. As I just stay down there.
Yeah, Jesse's muttering.
Shot.
Yeah, well, count for the win that we had earlier. Does Jesse know that with his armor-piercing rounds, he would be more likely to be able to blow the shit out of the Void Corp thing and it blow up?
I love it.
Severely injuring its rider, who is a few feet away.
I love the idea. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
So
roll me the attack. So
bitchin'
3d6.
He takes a few seconds to do it. So you say 3d6, yeah?
Yeah, 3d6, and you got to make 8 out of those dice, and then the lowest or the other one is your damage.
I'm gonna also use my inspiration on this one to make sure that to hope that I hit. Okay, so I have to hit 8.
Yes.
So I remove the 1, I hit with an 8, and I hit, then the damage is a full 6 points.
Holy shit!
Just before I let off, and he's muttering about the wind, there's just a, hold your ears, guys.
Amazing. Another shot rings out as Jesse moves back a foot, is forcefully moved back a foot. The shot rings out, and at that point, Vegas, you peek over the window. Gregor, you kind of peek over the top of the bar. And Isaac, you're kind of looking as well. You guys see this bullet collide with the fuel tank, expertly shot from Jesse Brains, as the Void Corp bike explodes into numerous pieces and shrapnel in various different directions. You see the person get completely embedded with chunks of metal, pistons that go flying, covered in fuel, and then set on fire, as the dune that was out there now has a solid dip circle kind of in the horizon. And you guys, that person is dead. That person is very much dead.
Fuck it. I was hoping we were going to be able to question him.
Gregor,
Well,
over back there, can you pour us all a drink? I feel like we need a drink.
see if there's any whiskey.
Isn't it more important I'll get this medidrone working so you don't fucking bleed out?
I look down and I can see that I've got a finger in one of the holes, and I just look, and looking at it just curiously, without any kind of emotion, and I'm like, yeah, sure, but can you bring that bottle around with you as well?
Yeah, I'll bring
there's
you a
any
drink
whiskey.
as long as you promise not to fucking lick that.
No licking.
Hey guys, do you want me to go get old Bessie?
Old Bessie
brought
is not
the
here,
truck.
Dave. We've got an old pickup truck out front. We need to
That's
get
what
back
we
to
have.
Old Bessie.
That is what we have. You're absolutely right.
It'd be a long
Why don't
trek.
we go get the truck and load these bikes up? Yes, sorry.
With your smuggling knowledge and your past criminal experience, you know your guess is that person was likely a backup in case shit went sideways. They were likely there to help Dan and his dirtbags. You also know that getting out of here as soon as possible, because Dave's shots will have been heard from towns nearby, and you know getting out of here is probably of high importance.
Yeah, I think I probably will stand at this point and turn, look out the window and see just the smoke rising from the dune now where this fire is still continuing. You can probably hear the distant screams of the fucking individual as they're dying. And I'll look to... I'll look to Giga and go... Do you have a band-aid? No. The bone is sticking up. No, let's not go down. Right, I will get this fucking phrase out. Anyway, I'll look over to Giga and just turn around and say, you get that damn drone working pretty fast. We need to be out of here pretty sharpish. If there's any whiskey, let's grab that. But Jesse, go grab the truck. We'll load up the bikes. Let's get the fuck out of here.
On it, boss.
Amazing. So at that moment, we see Vegas and Jesse go outside. Vegas begins loading up the bikes, and these hover bikes look very similar to that of, in Star Wars when they're on the Endor, the forest planet of.
Nice.
Is it Endor? No. Is it Endor?
Forest Moon of Endor.
Yeah, Forest Moon of Endor.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what it is.
And they got the hover bikes.
And yeah, exactly. Those like long, thin ones with like the long bit at the front with the two little blasters, that kind of vibe. You guys load that up. While that's happening, Gigabyte inside and Isaac are working to get the drone up. Gigabyte, as you open the box and lift this drone out, it's like almost looks like a Roomba, like the Hoovers that kind of like move around the room. And as you pick it up and you kind of look for it, you press a button on it and it kind of activates. You see these tiny little like arms kind of come out of flaps of the side. You can see like a little saw blade comes out, a couple of little pincers. One arm has like a thread and needle kind of come out. And as it activates, the top of it kind of opens and two little eyes are there as you hear, "Welcome to Void Corp Medi Drone. What can I do for you today?"
Oh, he's quite cute, isn't he?
Is the pickup truck, is it a covered bed or is it an uncovered bed?
It's an open flatbed at the back.
Is there a big fucking tarp anywhere that I can find to try and cover these bikes up?
100%. You go around the back of the diner and you find a couple of different tarps, some old like trash bags, that haven't decomposed and things like that. And you reckon with all of it, you can kind of create some sort of drape to put over the top of it.
Cool. So we'll go and cover the bikes up. But yeah.
Perfect.
So after being taken back by the Medidrone's cuteness, just have a fondness for droids, as you can tell, being part droid and stuff. Do I know whether Medidrones are required to report wounds they heal? So, for example, if you go to A&E with a gunshot wound, they're going to tell the police. Do Medidrones report these sorts of things if they fix severe wounds?
Great question. I think that's a phenomenal question, and I'm gonna throw it right back at you. You are Gigabyte. You used to be an engineer within Void Corp and Scars. Do you think you would know what this droid does? Do you think you'd know how it functions?
Yes, and I think it would report back to Void Corp these sorts of injuries. So I'm going to hack it.
Awesome.
Yep.
I'm basically going to finger it with my cybernetic fingers.
I was just going to make a joke about the fact that you've got
Is
a
there
USB
a little bit of
port,
jizz that comes out?
on your thing,
find
and that's your version of sex with the droids.
I'm going to find its Medidrone G-spot and work it just as what I want.
Fucking Giga's eyes roll into the back of his head as this is getting.
Incredible. As you insert your finger into the USB 3 port, because they haven't updated anything in this world apparently.
Nice. Still on USB A's.
You plug in your finger, and your finger does this amazing thing where as you get close to it, almost like the cybernetics separate into like little tendrils almost. They almost like look like they're trying to weave their way towards the port as they get close to it, almost like a magnetic draw to the port, Danny. And as you shove your finger in, it goes, unrecognized user.
That made it so much worse.
Oh no, oh golly. And
now I've committed an assault. Okay.
Can you please make me either a cybernetics check or a savvy check? It's up to you, whichever you'd like to. If it's cybernetics, let me know.
It's definitely
Remember,
going to be
folks,
cybernetics.
even if
Come
you're
on.
a droid, consent
Cool,
is
perfect.
important.
Yeah. Hey, just go with me, darling. Just go with it. Just go with it. As I roll I only rolled a 6 with my.
Oh,
I
God.
rolled 2d6 and then plus me 2 for cybernetics, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Got 6.
You got a
I'm
6.
going to use a heart to re-roll one of them. If that's
Beautiful,
the thing I
yeah.
can do.
Bit of exertion, love it.
Now I get a 10.
Now you get a 10.
Beautiful.
Awesome. As you channel your mind into this bot, you begin to almost see its inside, Danny, as almost coming through your body, and you can see it like in your eyes, almost like a screen in front of you, being able to kind of work through. And how do you want to hack this thing? You know that typically what it would have done was it would have asked for the injury, and then at that point it would have asked you to pay an amount in that moment, and then all of that data would have then been sent back to Void Corp. If you couldn't pay the amount, it would be happy to basically cover it for you, but you would then be in debt to Void Corp. So that's kind of the usual procedure.
I'm going to
of how
try and
Medi
turn
drones
off
work.
its backup and communications functionality so I can't report it, and then
Beautiful.
I'm going to try and make it think I have deposited the required amount of credits.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Deposited something.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You've got to ask after this. Was it good for you? I mean,
I'm expecting another cigarette to come out.
yeah.
Incredible. So you access it, and it goes, override. What can I do for you today?
Can you fix up my really proportionately heighted, perfectly 5'10.5" friend for me, please?
It would be my pleasure to fit your perfectly heighted 5'10" friend. Can you please point me in their direction?
And then I'll
I yell over at Grogar. I think it said 5'10". You got to have that corrected. I can't even have it touch me.
5'10.5", and then I'll and it'll go
Amazing.
6'2", and then I'll point it at you.
It's going to
This is not
hover
the right
over.
move, guys. This is not the right move.
It's going to hover over to Isaac, and Isaac, as it comes over your body, you're going to just see its little arms begin like stitching and cauterizing the flesh inside your chest, and it's going to begin stitching you up as another arm injects you with a stim pen that it pulls out of its body, and at the end of it, it kind of seals you all up, and you gain all of your hearts back. With a decent scar on your chest, sutures still there, dressing on the wound. As it floats away and it goes, that will be 1 million credits, please. It seems the amount has been paid by your friend. Thank you. I hope you have a splendiferous day. Void Corp Medi-drone shutting down. And it just, all the bits kind of fall back in as it slowly hovers to the ground and falls in place.
And while it was doing the procedure, just for some insight on Isaac, I was almost like detached, almost like floating above the whole thing, watching this drone seal up my own wounds, cauterize things. And there's a level of feeling the pain, but there's a level of disconnection as well and curiosity about how it's just sealing up my body and bringing me back to life and stuff. But certainly a bit of a gap between what normal people would be feeling and what I'm feeling right now.
Amazing. So, you guys all at that point, I imagine, clamber up in the truck. Is there anything else anyone else wants to do before you guys dip out of here?
Can I take the drone with us?
Yes, of course you may. Of course you may. Danny,
think
will,
as we're
for intents and
leaving-
purposes, consider it your familiar.
Oh, nice.
In my head, you know, in the Jedi games when he's got the little
Yeah,
droid
yeah,
on his back. That's essentially what
BB-8.
Amazing.
Not BB-8.
Well, not BB-8. No, it's
you know what I mean, don't
fucking
you?
look, but yeah, that bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one.
one of them.
Yeah.
One of them.
Amazing. Amazing. So,
I can give any massive Star Wars fans out there for fucking that up.
Matthew, how could you? Everyone is going to be so disappointed.
Don't
You guys-
fucking at me is all I'm gonna say.
Get in the comments. Get in the comments about it. Cool. Anything else from anyone that you guys? Anyone want to do anything else? In the
So-
dialogue?
So
Sorry,
I'm gonna.
Go on, Matt.
Well, everybody. Fucking. I was gonna say Vegas would run back in and look around and just be like, "Yeah, these bodies need to go," and would just start dragging the bodies out somewhere. I'm guessing we haven't got time to fucking dump them up on the dune, but I'd probably just chuck them out the back.
Next to the bins that you found, I'm guessing we would.
Yeah.
Jesse would definitely help that. But Jesse would also be like, "Hey Vegas, what are we doing with these bikes? We leaving them or?"
They're already loaded up.
Oh, we put them on the truck.
Yeah, we loaded them up. That was the whole tarp thing to go and cover
Wonderful.
them up.
Then
So,
Jesse didn't know that, 'cause they're
Vegas
in
would answer
disguise.
you with, "We're going to try and sell them, Jesse. I know it's hard, but we're just going to go and sell them. We got no credits today. We're 10,000 down, so see if anybody else wants a couple of boycott bikes."
I point to Jesse and I say, "Can we take that?" And I'm pointing at the waitress that's been half blown apart, but I know Gregor's ability, and I know Gregor might be able to patch this thing up. Go ahead and grab that, Jesse. Let's fucking take it. Let's see if Giga can do anything with it.
Very
Jesse,
handy
whiskey
for
too.
parts. Very handy for parts if I need to make any repairs on myself, you know, that sort of thing.
yeah, sure. Hang on. Just grabs hold of it and basically grabs it where the boobs will be, and just kind of tries to drag it out back. And you're just like, not that way, like the other way around, but just grabs by the chest, just like,
See you like that?
just push,
And
just like
that's how
dragging
I
it
have a fetish
backwards.
for droids, you fucking pervert.
You can talk. You
Vegas
can talk
at this
about.
point is definitely looking at this crew and just going, "Fuck me."
Hey,
At that
can
moment-
someone do the math on how much we just got? Because I think the square root of nothing is jack shit.
Well,
At
what
that
I
moment-
slowly realised is we were only going to get 10,000 credits for this, but a Medidrone just tried to charge me 1,000,000 credits to fix the holes in his body. The price has gone up considerably since the last time I was with the Medidrone, so I think these are worth way more credits.
And also, Jesse,
That
there
would be
is
a
an element
safe
of there's an element of a moral victory. It's not all about money. We had to be. There's a point in time where you have to stand for your morals and your dignity, and over and above any kind of rewards. And not to say that we did that today, but just keep that in mind for future reference.
I'm not.
As I-
I'm not shitting you, Jack. Zach, I'm just glad that I got to shoot the crap out of 2 guys today.
No, you did good. You did good. Yeah, just keep dragging that motherfucker back to the truck and let's get out of here.
Hey guys, look where I'm holding
We
them.
made enough noise. Load up. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Amazing. So at that moment, as you guys all begin loading up into the truck, 3 of you manage to sit in the front along the bench seat of the truck. Who's in the open flatbed at the back?
Jesse,
with
100%,
the bikes
just sitting in the
and
back.
Gotta be Jesse anyway. It's a fucking scope.
Awesome, perfect. As you're in the back, you're kind of like arms on the bikes, keeping the tarp down, but also like one arm is gripped still around the android waitress that you pulled from the rails. And
In a slightly troubling way.
Oh, 100%. And he's just like, you and I are going to have
Still
a
on the
good time
tits.
tonight. and then again, just really stupid, he's just like, as they're driving off, just going, yee-haw! And he's just
amazing. And with that yeehaw, I assume Vegas is in the driver's seat, and Vegas shifts into gear and puts the foot on the gas pedal. At that moment, the cassette player comes on, and some music comes on the waves as you guys begin tearing back towards Kensington, Trentington, and Duke, a town nearby to this diner. And I feel like that is a really good place for us to take our break today, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this first half of Orbital Blues with these awesome characters, wildness going on in that first that little job that they just did there going completely awry. But let's see what comes in the second half. Quickly before we cut away, I'll say this. As you're driving away, you can see the sun off planet, large, ominous above you. You can see the cosmic dust of the galaxy glinting off in the distance. As Vegas, you feel a gzz, 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 gzz in your pocket. Pull out your phone, and as you look at the screen, you see a contact that you know very, very well. It says Laz. And it says, underneath Laz, it says, hey, partner, I need some help over at the shop. I've got a job for you. I promise I can pay well. Come as fast as you can.
So we're taking a detour, boys. Just double clutches again and...
Amazing. And as you pull away, the camera pulls away from the truck as it just kind of bounces and the suspension kind of rips across the dunes and the desert as that happens. As you can hear, the suspension just super squeaky, really just like, just the truck is not well looked after. The dirt is...
I was going to say somebody cut a fart, but yeah, that's awesome.
It's more attic.
And then finally, we cut away from planet inside the metal body of a ship. We see a chair looking out at a spaceship deck, basically a pilot's deck with a window in front of us. You see some arms kind of moving from in front of the chair, kind of adjusting knobs, moving some levers. And you hear a voice from behind camera say, "Make course for Mars-Cinco. We've got a job to do." And that's it. And that's where we're going to end the first half.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Fucking awesome, Bodhi.
Hell yeah. We'll be back in like 5 minutes, 10 minutes.
5 to minutes. We'll see you then.
Yep.
See you then.
Nice.
Peace.
Bye.
Yo.
Hey, yo.
Hello.
What's up? We're back.
Welcome,
for-
Raiders.
Welcome.
What is up, everyone? Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. We're doing something a little bit different than our usual Malt and Magic. We're doing a little bit more of some sci-fi, depressing space cowboy style stuff today. So
Not so fucking depressing, though.
I was going to say there's been fuck all depressing in the first half.
and we're super hyped to have you guys. Let's get back into it, guys. So as you guys are tearing across the desert, Vegas, you're driving the pickup truck that you guys left the diner where your job gone bad just happened. Where are you driving? Are you heading to Kensington, Trentington, and Duke, where old Bessie is, or are you heading anywhere else? What's your direction of travel at the moment across Mars-Cinco?
So, given the message from Laz, I start to veer off a little bit and head towards Marbalaco.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where I think, and I start to slow down and look at Giga. You're good with these mechanics and shit. These bikes. Are they going to be able to track us through these things? Do we need to wipe that out before we go anywhere?
Ooh. Let me check, actually, and then I'll signal to Jesse for us to swap, and then I'll crawl out of the back window of the van for him to
So
think.
I'll slow down enough
man.
that it's not a problem.
I was just having a good time with this one.
It's a shattered back window. That's actually how Vegas broke in the night before. He just shattered the back window and climbed through into the cockpit, and so you're just climbing through the same shattered window. Perfect. You guys switch up. Giga, you take a look at the bikes.
Sup, Zach?
You see Isaac, Jesse's slides in next to you.
I mean, technically, Jesse, I know you like to call me Zach, but it's Isaac. It's Isaac onboarding. So I don't like nicknames. I never have. They're not representative of who I am. I am Isaac. So I'm going to let you go on this one because, you're still trying and everything, but I just want you to know that my patience is limited.
You know,
He's very
Isaac,
fucking trying. That's
that's
sure.
why I do it. I know you don't like it.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, all right, Jesse. Well, you are the brains of the operation, so
Damn straight.
I'll keep that in mind.
Out the back, Gigabyte, based on your history of working at Void Corp, you're an engineer. I imagine you've probably had hands-on experience with these stolen Void Corp bikes. These are a few generations old at this point from the latest ones that you were kind of working on and developing. Yeah, you reckon that based on the fact that the other criminals were driving them, you reckon that the tracker's been deactivated. You reckon that Void Corp
and
probably
that's exactly what I'm checking. Yeah. That they'd already been deactivated.
Yeah.
How looking, Giga?
We're gonna have to be careful when we're saying Giga because it might sound wrong
No.
in certain contexts.
No.
Yeah.
Just no.
You made your bed. Now you got to sleep in it, all right?
Well, I've gone with Gigabyte.
Everyone except for Danny take a blues in real life.
It looks
Sorry,
like they've disabled them already. We're safe. We're golden. Golden.
Nice. You just sit there, get comfy. We got a little way to go. And yeah, at that point,
Are we
I
not
will
getting old
double
Bessie
clutch it
first?
again and floor it and fucking head towards Marbalaco.
Ooh,
Going the wrong
amazing.
way.
Are we?
What do you mean?
Are we going the
what do you
wrong
mean I'm
way?
going the wrong way.
Oh, Bessie's not this
Well,
way.
I got a
Where are you going?
message from. Just cool your shit. I got a message from a friend. You want to go get Bessie first? That's going to take twice as long.
Well,
So
is
we're-
Aunt Betty going to help us help your friend?
I have absolutely no fucking idea.
Can we sell this shit to
Here,
your
Jesse.
friend?
Jesse, hold the wheel for a second. And
Oh, boy.
I will continue. I will continue to work the clutch, brake, and accelerator as I pull out my phone and just message back to Laz with the whole, "Hey partner, what's going on?"
Beautiful. That sound effect coming in at the perfect time. As the text goes off into the sphere, and you see Laz respond and say, "Semi-urgent. It would be great if you could show up. I know you're busy. Like as soon as possible. Just like as soon as possible. No rush. ... As soon as possible." And full stop.
This sounds like a farmer who's chopped his leg off and he's like, I'm going to go to A&E tonight once I'm done. Like, it's got that urgency to it.
So I'll look at the phone and fuck's sake. All right, Jesse, give me the wheel. And take the wheel again. And I will bring the truck to a stop. And then I'll just sort of turn and look at the crew and look back to Gigabyte. We got two choices. My friend here's got apparently something for us, but it's pretty fucking urgent. So we can go get Bessie, but it might be too late for whatever's going on.
Can he pay?
I work. I mean, he's old, but the job might pay. I don't know.
I mean, we're skint broke, so I'm hoping he can pay.
Yeah, money would be good right now. I think.
We got
If he's old, he can put us in the will.
already. I mean, sure. Look, Laz is good people. So, Isaac, be nice. Jesse,
I am nice. I am always nice.
Yeah, I'll fix him up good for you, Vegas.
Well, if we're gonna go, let's go.
We got two Void Corp bikes. We can sell them, make some money, then head to Laz. But I don't like leaving Laz hanging about, so we're in the next town over.
Fucking hurry up then.
Where the fuck is that damn rat?
You see like a little rat kind of scurry across. You can see though that it's like partially mutated, has a bit of its like fur missing, like one big eye, as it kind of like limps, looks at you guys, and then like scurries off into the sand.
Yeah, they make them big. They make them big out here.
Let's
go. Let's make a move. Let's. Yeah.
Which way?
Well, hang on. Giga, can you just triangulate? If we go to Bessie, how much longer is that than just going straight to Laz's? Is that possible?
I'll give Gigabyte the location of where Laz is in Marbleaca.
It's quite the detour.
Fuck's sake, it's never easy, is it? It's never easy.
You're bang smack in the middle right now between the two, so it's like going that way and then doing the. You're almost halfway at this. If it was a T, you guys are like at the center of the T, basically.
Yeah.
You know what?
Let's go save this old flag, and then we'll fucking go get Bessie afterwards.
I think so too. Let's go. 2 adventures in one day. I'm up for it.
I want my money.
Are you short? You're full of fucking holes, Isaac.
I'm here to take orders until I'm gonna do my best. I'm
not one for.
We've got the mini drone there anyway. It doesn't matter. We can shoot as many times as we want.
That's true as well.
Take your word for that. Look.
Giga pats the medi drone on his lap.
Strokes it like a cat.
As long as we just got a steady level of trust in the crew, I'm all good. And with that, shoves it into first gear, kicks up a load of fucking sand out the back, and begins
now, Isaac, you heard?
Marbleaca.
No licking faces.
I am not going to lick any faces as I go toward Jesse with my tongue out.
Yeah.
I'll try and reassure Vegas from the back and be like, you can trust these fellas with your life. Maybe not your limbs, as I show him myself. Your life.
Gregor, that was a mistake.
Danny, you can take a blues as we cut to a flashback at Scar's station floating out in space. It's kind of attached to the side of an asteroid, kind of drifting through space. And we see Isaac, high knees down a hallway, followed by Jesse, also high-kneesing it down a hallway, as you hear Gigabyte from behind saying, "Wait for me!" As he's kind of running after them. Suddenly you see Jesse turn around with a grenade in his hand as he goes, "Go, go!" Throws it and just whiffs, and it falls out of his hand to the ground where he stood, and Jesse just starts legging it. Giga, you shield yourself as the blast kind of comes towards you. And we cut back to the moment in the vehicle as you look at your metallic hand.
I mean, if you're referring to what we think you're referring to, it was Jesse was the attempt was true, and that's all that really matters. I mean, you know, in the attempt is the essence of the action. It's not really the result.
Oh yeah. It's definitely the thought that counts. Yeah. A for effort and all that.
Okay, well, then I think we're all in agreement.
Listen here, fellas. Look, I've been through stuff before. Y'all trust each other?
Hell
Say
yeah.
I can trust you. We got no issue. That trust gets broken. We got an issue.
Well, I'm not going to say
issue.
it's not going to get weird, but we got your back.
We got you.
Oh,
boys.
yeah.
I think
I'm
I've
sorry,
seen
conventional
enough weird
methods
for
and all that,
fucking
but yeah.
lifetime.
Yeah, that's probably just a day and all.
All right.
Amazing. As you guys pull.
Wow. Sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it, Matt. No, go for it.
Like I said, while we're on this subject, Jesse, that rifle, don't fucking fire it in here. I don't care what you see. You want to fire that fucking thing, you get out. You fire from the back.
I'm not gonna lie. I've never fired that indoors, and damn, that was loud.
Yeah. Vegas will probably stick his finger in his ear and just do the whole wiggle around as it's still ringing slightly.
Yeah. And as that ringing is kind of like the main kind of note as the camera kind of pulls away from the truck as it heads towards Marbellico, a city not too far away from Kensington, Trentington, and Duke. Now, Marbellico is very different from Kensington, Trentington, and Duke, in of that it looks like the old movie set of a Western movie. These kind of flat front buildings that have, you know, almost like rolled tops with almost bordered colors made out of wood, and then kind of flat square buildings extending backwards. The main part of the city is like an L shape. There's a large kind of road that spans the center of it, with buildings lining the sides, basically creating this L. From there backwards, more of these kind of square wooden structures kind of span backwards. Now, though this place from the outside looks very kind of, you know, chic and worn down, what's happening under the surface is something very, very different, because between all the buildings is a tangled mess of cables and wires that span meters and meters and meters. These are everything from communication, internet, the wave, and far more, you know, many other different needs for these cables to pass electricity, energy, all that kind of stuff. And as you guys kind of pull into this place, you can see that, as always, Vegas, as you know it, it's pretty desolate. You see some shutters being closed as you kind of pull in to the main street. You know that Laz's place is at the far top of the L on the left-hand side. It's like one of the furthest buildings on the like edge of Marbellico.
So I will actually pull the truck off to down a little side street and sort of pull it up and brake and stop. And I'll look around to Gigabyte and then look at Jesse and say, "Right, gents, you get these bikes out, get them loaded off. We're going to shove them in a little bolt hole I got here, Marbellico. Who the fuck knows on this fucking outlaw planet? We'll stash them here, and then we'll go see my old friend Laz."
Yeah, makes sense.
Right out, Chief. Start unloading the books.
Chimney.
Chem chero.
I don't know why I'm turning into Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins. I'm supposed to be Ray Winston. I'm supposed to be like a Guy Ritchie film. I'm just turning into a chimney
It's all
sweep.
good.
No,
all good.
it's perfect,
It's all
dude.
good.
It's perfect.
It's not like my accent that's changed 6 times, you know.
So
I love how we're all forgiving the fucking Lex moment that came out earlier as well.
We're just so used to it. We're so incredibly used to it.
Matt, you've pulled up to actually your little bolt hole this little place that you have. It's actually the building is there. You've pulled up around the back of the building, and there's almost like one of those like basement like double doors that you like kind of open up that was padlocked shut. As you like undo the padlock, it's actually like a thumb scanning padlock. It scans your thumb and then opens up. And you open it up inside. The guys begin. So you're moving the bikes down in there along with the android waitress. Is that how I'm understanding it?
That was the plan. Put the bikes in there, and I know it's going to be tight in there because it's only small. But shove the bikes in there. I'm going to take the sawn off and just sort of hang it on the wall.
Amazing.
And maintain my revolvers. And I'll say to Jesse, bring your girlfriend down here too. We're gonna leave her here.
He's currently like he's switched one of the bikes on so that it hovers, and then obviously he's just like pushing it back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll go get her."
Amazing.
Load
you
the
guys,
bikes in and sort of shove some furniture out the fucking way.
I was gonna say, can you describe what the space looks like for me, Matt? Give me a quick description of what the space looks like in there. It's one room.
It's very simple. There's not a lot of furniture in here. There's like a small chest of drawers sort of thing with not a lot in there. You do see some hooks on the wall, one of which now holds the sawn-off shotgun. There's a subtle sort of purple neon light in here. I say subtle, it's neon. But that sort of illuminates the whole area. For a bed, there is just sort of a, not even a mattress, but a combination of cloth and shit just rolled up on the floor and made to look like a bed. There is a pillow there. Vegas will also sort of walk in, and as he walks in, he walks over to the chest of drawers, opens one of the chest of drawers and takes out a small chain that he then places over his neck that's got a little metal fragment just hanging from it.
Amazing.
Fucking forgot that last time I was here. And just sort of looks around. Look, don't judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just asking. Significance. I don't know. Is that an accessory? Is that a good luck charm? Is it jewelry? What the fuck is that?
Yeah. Let's call it a memory and leave it at that, shall we?
Okay. Guess we'll find out a little bit later. Maybe a little bit later.
I think in this moment, Vegas would look round to the crew. And there, as always with Vegas, he doesn't know these folks yet. Yes, he's been in combat with them, but he doesn't truly know them. And there's still that moment where he's just looking and thinking, I don't know if I can trust these fuckers.
As you think that, you yourself fall back into your memory as we come to a moment that you remember oh so very well. It's a moment of you at the last moment kind of pressing a button on a more high-tech version of kind of what you're wearing now that you had back in the day, as kind of like almost like a suit similar to Star-Lord kind of from Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like helmet comes over you as you kind of drift off into the ether of space. You see the wreckage of the transport ship that you were meant to use to escape your last job with your last crew. What did Vegas feel as he's kind of drifting through space, kind of rotating slowly?
So I think in that moment, as he's sort of just rotating, there is a small metal fragment that floats in front of him, and he's just going to grab that slowly and sort of places it into an inside pocket. But his feelings as he looks at that wreckage are rage and in this moment he's just saying to himself, never again. This shit does not happen again.
I love that. And at that moment, it kind of falls back into your head as you hear these guys kind of chatting and your ears kind of tune back into the noise of the room. You look down in your hand and you can see the little metal sliver kind of as you're rolling it between your fingers, almost as like a nervous like habit of like a comfort thing almost. And you can take some inspiration for including that shard in that flashback. That was fucking dope. I love that. You can have a D6 for that one. That was freaking dope.
He will then clip it on, tuck it in. Is that the box loaded off?
Yeah, boss.
All sorted, geezer.
What about your girlfriend? She down here? He looks
He's
in the corner and sees the fucking android.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you'll see that
Jesse, leave that
I've sat
fucking
her up.
droid alone.
I've sat her up quite nicely. I've put her, sort of posed her as if she's sitting like an actual person. I've like pulled the skirt back down, sorted her out, put her eye back in.
The sofa's like
I'll
absolutely
sort
Shit
you
out
out,
of me
darling.
next time I come down here.
And I'll put a little kiss on her forehead as I leave.
While this is all going on,
at an angle, and she's on the sofa, just kind of like looking ominously at you guys with her head kind of tilted to one side. As you
Remind me when we get a moment. I need to take y'all to go meet some proper fucking ladies.
Isaac, go
while
for
this
it.
is all going on, I'd left the truck, and I'm just taking in the western scene of it all, and I'm out sort of in the middle of the dusty road, practicing my quick draw, as if I'm in a movie, and I'm just kind of either doing it face on, or I'm then also turning around and then whipping around to see if I can get my quick draw with my little Behringer, my little like handgun, and it's all just just in my head, trying to almost movie star it in that moment. There's no one else out there, but I'm just in my own head.
Amazing. As you're kind of like, whoa, and you're like, yeah, you think you sneak up on me, whoa, you know, kind of thing, and doing like a little bit of that. You spin round to point your revolver at, for a moment, what looks like a creature to you. Your first glimpse is something that looks not of like human form. But as you look closer, you see that this creature on all fours with knuckles against the ground is actually a person wearing so many different pieces of like technology that they almost give off that impression of like a space chimp, basically. Knuckles on the ground. They've got like robotics like all over them with pistons kind of connecting to different things, like cooling wires connecting to stuff, visor around their face, various keypads on their wrists. You can see that there's like haptic suits that that's basically wearing, and it looks at you for a second before then kind of on all fours scuttling into the nearest building and closing the door.
As it's scuttling to the nearest building, I say, hey, little fella. I try to get its attention.
You see it kind of stop dead as it like grabs the door handle and turns back to you. And
I
then,
say,
like,
it's okay.
moves
Hey,
up.
hey. It's okay.
It lifts
It's okay.
its visor for a moment, shielding its eyes from the sun, and looks back at you and is like, please don't hurt me.
No. I'm not going to hurt you. There's no one here hurting you. You're fine. It's all good. And I have my hands up, and I have my eyes down, and I say, there's no one going to hurt you. I'm here. If anything, I'll protect you.
I just came out for my mandatory 2-minute walk. I'm sorry I got in your way. I'll be going now. And he pulls the visor back down over his face, opens the door, closes it behind him, and leaves you in the street by yourself.
Okay. I see that. I turn around to the crew to see if anyone else has seen it. And they look busy. They're all kind of talking amongst themselves. And to me, I, for a second, consider relaying the information, but then it's just all part of my experiential kind of stuff coming in and going out. And I don't really think it's important to tell it to anyone at this point. But I do notice where that little critter went in, and I go back to them and I say, how long is it going to take? Thinking if it's long enough, I may go into that room. And I'm waiting for Vega to tell me an answer.
Vegas at this point just grabs a couple of ammo charges and pockets them. Oh, I think we're done.
Okay.
Coming out now, right. Isaac.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just getting a lay of the land. I understand. That looks like a saloon down there, and this looks like where someone could jump off the balcony. And if we put a crash pad there, and if we had a camera, and then they just went over the balcony and landed, it would be epic. I mean, just think about that. We could do a little short film here, and just I could. I mean, I don't know if I'd wear the black or the white or anything, but that would be pretty cool if I could be one of those.
No, maybe Isaac, that's probably what half these fuckers here are doing. You see, notice there's no folks around. All of these people around here living addicted to this virtual reality. Oh hell, I suppose it's better than this shithole, but.
Yeah, no, I've heard about that. And, no, I mean in real life though. I think
let's not be getting any crash pads out anytime soon.
Okay, well, let's put a pin in it, and once we do this job, and then go back to Bessie and do whatever else we do. If we do have an open weekend, we get a little crew together, and I think I could write a little script. And it would be kind of cool. I mean, I'm not sure whether I'd be on the ground or I'd be one of the stuntmen, but I mean, let's just think about it.
I can modify your eye for you and turn it into a video camera if you want.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. We have some talent here in this team.
Well, I was thinking
Vegas.
more I'd be the old outlaw on the far end, whole shootout at dawn sort of thing. Just woof.
Yes.
A bit cliche.
Yeah, and we could set it up so Jesse is either throwing hay or is working the horses or something like that. I mean, if we get this video, we could enter it in some into a local festival that Void Corp is running. I'm not sure what the prize money is, but this could be one of our revenue streams here.
At Void Fest.
Yeah.
I would like to remind everybody we're wanted fugitives, so making ourselves famous movie stars is probably not the best strategy.
Does Vegas know at this point that you're all wanted, or is that the first time it's been mentioned?
It's up to you guys.
When you say...
I should have said that. I mean, upstanding members of the community, we could do whatever we want, can't we? This is our first time smuggling in that.
Whoa. Gigabyte, let's just roll back a second. Wanted fugitives?
Well...
I mean...
Dave, you're muted.
Dave, you're muted.
Cat's at the fucking back now, isn't it?
He's just talking about the fact, it's just our good looks. Women want us. That's what he's talking about. That's all.
No, I am wanted.
Well,
shit.
Yeah, that was a terrible lie. Terrible lie.
And Jesse's wanted as well, because we're wanted for the same fucking thing. But I mean...
Alright. Cards on the table. Should we just, let's get this out. You wanted for fucking what?
For bullshit, yes, what?
I didn't fuck nothing.
Alright, let me rephrase. What the fuck are you wanted for, and why the fuck should I be working with you?
I don't mind going first. I am a wanted fugitive for escaping a Void Corp Scars prison. With these two mugs.
Oh, so we're all fucking fugitives now. Oh, yeah, fuck's sake.
Yeah, I may have broken Gregor out as I was leaving. Fuck that place.
Yeah.
Isaac, you look too pretty for prison.
Well, exactly. I haven't. I mean, it's a bum rap. I technically. So destruction of private property, aiding and abetting, illegal escaping, incarceration, stealing private property, second-degree murder of multiple SCARS officers, illegal gambling while on duty, misuse of private funds to the sum of 3,000 credits.
Yeah, I wasn't so good at remembering all the shit that they put on me. I just knew that they didn't like my face.
Yeah, it's just chicken shit stuff, man, and bring it on. Bring it on.
Hey, I don't
I'm
like them.
assuming
They don't
you're
like me.
also
I think it's
Shit we
square.
gotta
So
deal
fuck
with.
it.
Everyone take a blues. Everyone take a blues at this moment of just
Can we
pure
just
absolute-
can we give the stream of blues real quick for that one?
Absolutely.
as Vegas is discovering this for the first time, as Isaac just listed off a redonkulous list of criminal acts to you guys, you all are just a bit frazzled by this moment. Yeah, go for it, guys. Back over to you.
Hang on, if we're doing cards on the table, Vegas, you got us into the smuggling game, so you're obviously a piece of shit as well. So what's your deal?
It's true.
Hey. Let's
I mean
Go
that
easy
as a
on the
term
piece
of
of shit.
endearment, obviously, along with these two plebs.
Yeah, I can fucking see that as well, my friend. I got into this game a long time ago. It's what I'm good at. It's what I know. I'm not wanted. Well, not as far as I fucking know, but I'm not a fugitive. I've never been arrested. I'm good at getting things in, getting things out, without being caught. You fuckers sound like you're good at getting caught, so we're gonna have to work on our communication skills pretty fucking
mean,
sharpish. Now
what do
we're
you
gonna go
mean?
see Laz.
We weren't caught. That's why there's a bounty on us. Do you not know how bounties work?
You were caught, and then you got the fuck out, which I appreciate and I respect. Well done.
No, that's
I mean-
Gregor. He was really shit, but we got him out. Like,
I mean, it's pretty hard to escape when you've only got one fucking leg and no arms.
it wasn't my fucking fault, all right?
And technically, who determines what a crime is? Like, just because a crime is part of like what society says a crime is, if I deem that that thing would be better off in my possession than in that person's possession, then I think that could be negotiated between me and that person, and we could come up with a resolution.
They're
Now,
all
if
fucking
someone-
corrupt
Yeah,
anyway.
So you saying that if someone wanted more, it should be theirs? Because that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's
got 'em
exactly what I'm saying.
Isaac
Yeah.
for president.
Well, I mean, that would be cool.
Well, he would
That would be
abolish.
cool.
No, he would abolish your personal space, and I'm not down with that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do such a thing at all. I would, if I was president, I would simply
Set him
allow.
off there. We've set him off.
No. Listen up. I would. The laws would be very subjective, and we would all be able to deal with our own situations as they came and as they went. And so then there wouldn't be this imposition of Void Corp. No one likes Void Corp. So why don't we get rid of Void Corp and all the laws? That's what I've been saying. And there's this dark web of like, I don't know what's going on, Illuminati or some shit like that's going on. Let's get rid of all that stuff and let's just live in a society that is supported by whatever everyone wants. Doesn't that make perfect sense?
Man, you have my vote.
That's what I'm saying.
It's now canon that the overlords of this entire solar system are called the Illuminati. Yeah, that's going in the old document.
Y'all
Go
have
on,
got some kind of weird fucking shit going on between the three of you. I'm gonna fucking ignore it for now, but look, Lazarus is just down here. Be nice. Laz looked after me when no one else did.
Yeah.
Let's go see what he wants.
Hey, Vegas. You fucking tell him to be nice.
Isaac,
That's all I'm saying.
repeat this bit just for you. He looked after me when no one else did. There is no one more polite in this town than Lazarus.
All right. I give him the benefit of the doubt.
Amazing.
Do not draw any fucking weapons on Lazarus. Stow your shit.
I can still take it in though, right?
Put it on your back, Jesse. Do not fucking touch that trigger.
Yeah, it's a piece of bullshit.
Unless I give you the nod, you do not touch that fucking trigger.
You guys are saying this as you're walking down the main street towards Laz's place. As
Jesse also turns to Gregor and goes, "You know, Gregor, please don't call me a pleb again.
You don't even know what the word means.
That's why I don't like it. That's why, because I don't know what it means. I don't know. I don't understand it."
I'll go into my bag and I'll pull out a little like hard-boiled sweet and I'll give him it and go, "Yeah, mate."
Does Jesse take the sweet?
Oh, 100%.
This is a proper boiled sweet from an old British military army rat pack. Is the way
He's going to be on that for like 2 hours, and he's not going to be able to feel his mouth afterwards. He's like,
Amazing.
When you get to the middle, there's angel dust in there, so you'll be off your tits.
You guys arrive at Laz's place, which is called Laz's Bazaar. And as you kind of walk in, you can see that this is kind of like your standard convenience store. You can see that there's a counter with like glass, plexiglass kind of blocking the counter off basically from any customers. Behind that, you can see like bottles of alcohol along with various different types of chewing tobacco, smoke, vaporizers, cybernetic vaporizers, and a bunch of other like little bits and bobs. You can see that there's some like jerky, some shitty like gas station jerky sticks like on the counter, and the store itself has everything from like food to like jerry cans to like water bottles, scarves to wear out in the desert. It's got a wide array of items. But as you walk in, you guys don't see Laz anywhere in the front of the store.
So the
I start
scarf
sifting
that Vegas
through.
wears is fucking picture perfect to all of these scarves that are there. And Vegas would pull out a bottle of whiskey and go, "Les got a present for you. Les."
As you say that, you look over the counter and you can see that the basement door basically has been opened basically, and you can hear from beneath. You can hear, "I'll be there in a minute."
Is that Laz? Vegas. Is that Laz or Laz's? Is that? That's not Laz. That's Laz's partner. That can't be Laz. I pictured Laz having a really deep. Laz has a. I just pictured him having a presence. Like this is a Western town. I pictured Laz with a big hat and just a wide shoulders, and can't be Laz.
Oh man, does he have a lady
Let's
friend?
not.
Just a minute. I'll
Let's
be
not-
up there in just a second.
Is this a strange vocal
Let's
cord
not be
damage?
fucking-
What's going on?
Whoa. Just shh. Let's not be fucking judgmental now. As I said, this individual looked after me when no one else did. He's old. Cut him some slack.
Is he
As
also
you
a
say-
squirrel?
Just Gigabyte, shut the fuck up.
As you
Oh,
say
I'll
that,
go
you
look at
see.
this. Oh,
You see an old man's head kind of come up out of the ground as he looks up and he goes,
Damn, Les.
"Well, howdy, partner. How you doing today?"
Lads, I told you to cut down on those cybernetic smokes.
You know I love me the cherry one. The cherry one's so good. It's so smooth, though, Vegas. How you doing? I need your help with something. Who are your friends?
Yeah, no shit, you messaged me. Look.
I turn to
this is
Giga.
for you.
I turn to
Don't drink
Giga and I
it all at
say,
once.
"Is he a junkie?"
I think he's already fucking dead.
You're funny, man. I like you. You're nice. You're cool. Are these your friends, Vegas, or are they forcing you to be here? You coming to kill me?
I'm paranoid.
As you know, I got nothing against you. Look, these gentlemen, looks around the crew and gives them the eye. These gentlemen are my associates, working on a new thing, you know.
Oh, you're always so good with that new stuff. Well, Vegas, the shipment came in today, and I managed to get it down there myself. Usually, I would have called, but I got something a little bit more pressing on my hands. Would you guys be able to come down to the basement for a second?
I turn to Giga and I say, do you think Vegas would be mad if I just went up and slapped him? He's just got an annoying voice, just like.
I probably wouldn't. At least wait till we get down in the cellar, see if. If it's, it might be a murder basement, so be on your guard.
As they're chatting away, Jesse will walk forward, like, "Sure, Mister. Was it Laz with it? I'm Jesse, brains of the operation. How are you doing?"
He reaches two hands. Oh, you're so kind. Oh, it's a pleasure to meet some of Vegas's friends. Vegas, you said you hated France.
We're working towards friends. We're not quite there yet. Give us time.
As I said, Laz, I'm trying something new, so
jumping to conclusions.
Down in the basement.
You'll see. Follow me, and you see him like shuffle his way back down the stairs into the basement.
Speaking of trying,
I'm going to hold everybody back.
How much of his supply does he try on a daily basis? What are we going to find in that basement?
I'm going to hold everybody back at this point. And I'm going to look towards Giga. Something's a little off.
Is he your dad?
Telling me.
Laz, why the fuck are you skirting around the subject? I've never known you to not be so blunt.
You see him straining his voice. You hear him straining his voice again. Yeah, come on down. Come on. Come down here into the basement. I've just got it. Can you shut the front of the shop too? It's important.
Vegas, can I get my weapon out, Ned?
Yeah, me too.
Yes, you can. Yeah. Jesse. And even Vegas at this point. Vegas doesn't trust many people anyway, but he's going to pull out one of his revolvers. Jesse, just stand at the door for 2 seconds. And I will go down and sort of just slowly step into the basement with one of my revolvers just above my crotch, sort of out. Basically, if anything's down there that's not Laz and threatens me, I'm probably going to blow it the fuck away. But yeah, steps down like, Laz, what the fuck are we doing down here?
Vegas. I got this. And you see him, instead of going to through the hallway that you've always gone through when you've carried supplies down into the basement, he's actually at one of the brick walls of the actual basement. And you see him slide a chunk of brick over, and you now realize that it's like a loose mechanical panel. And you see him begin typing in a code as then a door opens. He's like, I really need your help. Come with me, man. Let's go take a look.
Lazarus.
Yeah?
Get your fucking shit together. What the fuck is going on, man?
You see him walk in and he goes, "Oh, okay, I'll come clean, Vegas. I need your help with something. A friend of mine who's coming from off planet. She needs me to get her something. But you got to get it across the block. And to the landing dock. I need your help." And he leans in.
Across the block.
He lowers his head, almost like, relenting in your, almost defeated in your presence a little bit, Vegas. He's like, if I'm honest, I'd heard of you before you came. I never said anything. You're Zane Vegas, right? Of the the Void Marauders, right?
I'll put my hand on his mouth before that comes out. You shut the fuck up. Don't you dare mention that fucking name again.
Do we hear it? Do we hear it upstairs?
Have you guys come down? Has anyone else followed down?
No, Jesse's guarding the door and has like bolted it closed and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I think I have sort of made my way down a little bit. I'm probably halfway down the stairs. I'm not sure if Gregor is in front or behind me.
I'll be behind you.
Okay. So I'm halfway down the stairs. My upper torso is kind of still up on the top floor, but I'm kind of making my way down. I hear voices. And I'm thinking to myself, God, thank God I'm not there, because I feel like I'd slap the shit out of fucking Lazarus right now. His voice is just taking me to a next level of irritation at this point. But I'm happy that I'm not in that room.
You come down the stairs and you don't get to hear exactly what he says. But Vegas, as you're holding Laz by the face, he gestures to a couple of crates, and as you actually look around this room for the first time, you can see that Laz, who you thought was like this convenience store owner, has this super high-tech room with insane, almost like workbenches with I guess experiments of some sort all over them. You can see there's like various machines and stuff being built, and it's definitely not what you were used to from Laz. He typically was a bit more low rent compared to everyone else in the city, in the town that you guys are in.
Lazarus, what the Gigabyte? Giga!
I come down, give Giga some room to come on down.
What's happening? What's happening?
Vegas wants
need
you.
your particular expertise down here.
Holy fucking moly. I've hit the jack.
At this point, realising my hand is still on Lazarus's mouth. Just,
I'm sorry I lied to you, Zane. I knew who you were, and I knew that my friend was going to be contacting me soon. So I thought maybe you could just help me out a little bit. I need you to take something for me. I'll pay real good. And
I yelled downstairs.
Vegas, you want?
Vegas, just slap the fucking shit out of him.
give me 1 fucking minute, Isaac. Lazarus, come here.
You see him shuffle up, and with his little hunchback, he like tilts his little head upwards. You see his big blue eyes with his little square glasses.
And I'll sort of take one finger on the chin and then unholster one of my revolvers and just point it in the air. I fucking trusted you, man. You're not hiding this shit from me. You knew who I was.
I'm so sorry. Look, I appreciate you.
Give me one fucking reason I shouldn't blow the top of your fucking skull off right now.
What? 1 million credits. He raises his hands.
Sold!
Man in the corner.
Slowly slide the revolver back into its holster and clip it down. You have my attention. 1 million credits. What the fuck am I trying to get across the block?
It's just augment parts. It's just a box of
It's never
augment parts.
just augment parts. What is it, Laz?
Can you make me either a savvy or a grit check, please, Matt, as you try and, are you intimidating, persuading? What kind of direction are we heading?
I think given the relationship, it would be more of a persuasion than an intimidation at this point.
Cool.
We're verging on intimidation, but definitely more persuasion right now.
Amazing, awesome. So 2d6,
2d6, right?
And add your grit or savvy, whichever's higher.
Nice, that is a 10.
A 10. Beautiful. He looks at you and he goes, Look, I'm in deep, man. I'm in really, really deep. My wife, she's She was captured by the Scars. She was an incredible scientist, an amazing lady. She's incredible, and she entrusted me with our greatest invention. She's out,
You
and I
said
need you
fucking
to.
Scars.
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. Right. More details. Let's go. Come on.
She's out and she's coming for our invention, so I need to get it to her as soon as possible because the invention is kind of very important.
How important are we talking?
You know, like the zero drive.
At that moment, I
What
hear
do I know of the zero drive?
the word zero drive, and it perks my ears as well.
Zero drive.
You're not telling me you invented the zero drive?
In this world, the zero drive, for everyone watching, it is essentially the power source that slingshots people into a frictionless, gravityless space that you can travel faster than the speed of light. It's basically like a hyperspace switch on like the Millennium Falcon, for example. And it allows you to fly at enormously fast paces across the solar system. You know the zero drive?
You telling me you have a zero drive in this building right now?
I come down into the room.
I wish it was a zero drive. It's a little bit worse.
I turn to Gregor and I say, he's got a fucking zero drive?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. He's fucking all over the place.
Fellas, 2 seconds. What do you mean a little bit worse?
Now you gotta promise me though, Vegas, before I tell you, you gotta promise me that you'll help me.
I ain't gotta promise you shit. You called me.
Look, please. We've genuinely been connecting. At first I just thought I would need you, but then you were really nice, and I see you like my son. You know,
I step across Vegas, and I grab Lazarus, and I pin him up against the wall, and I say, look, Vegas is here to fucking help you. We are all here to fucking help you. Stop the bullshit and just fucking communicate clearly with us, and we will try to fucking help you. And I drop him.
He lands on the floor in a hump.
I appreciate it. Look. You see the kind of gentleman I'm working with here, Laz. Let's not piss them off.
He pulls out a credit chip, and you can see the digital reading on the credit chip saying 1 million credits. Promise me, Vegas. I need you to promise me before I bestow this upon you. And he folds it back into his hand, and almost like sleight of hand magic, it like disappears out of his hand as he reopens his palm.
I'll fucking promise you whatever you want for 1 million credits. Now spit it out.
Your friend's so reasonable. Oh, and his accent's great.
Brilliant. Oh, Giga looks like he got us a new job. You promised me that credit chip, Laz. I'm open to a conversation.
Oh yeah, you're all good. I'll give it to you. You're fine. I'll hand it over. No problem. Okay. You promise you'll help?
You don't even
I
promise what
fucking
it fucking
said
is,
I'm
yeah?
open to a conversation. Why don't you just fucking listen and now start reeling off the fucking details?
You see him tap on the crate of augmented parts that he wanted you guys to carry. And thanks to Vegas's exceedingly high persuasion roll, he goes, Come on out then. It's safe. It opens, and you can see cybernetic arms similar to that of Gigabyte poking out from various different places, legs, chest plates, things like that. As suddenly the augments begin to move and shift. A small boy climbs out of the cybernetics.
So,
What the
sorry,
fuck
are we
is
saying
this?
it's a small cybernetic boy or a small boy that just moves between these parts?
The boy is dressed in a beige t-shirt, little green cargo shorts. You can see his legs and his arms have skin on the hands. However, from the wrist to the elbow, and from the elbow to the top of the t-shirt, the bottom of the t-shirt sleeve, you can see that his skin is almost translucent. You can almost see like wiring mesh effects underneath the surface. Below that surface, you can see pistons pumping every now and then. You can see wires tangling and little LED lights flashing. His head has got skin on the face. However, the back of it is a rounded kind of glass orb in which you can see inside this almost undulating kind of like sack of what looks like electrostatic energy, almost like a nebula cloud trapped in a fishbowl. As you see this child climb out of the box, he kind of folds his arms in front of himself and very coyly goes, Hi. Danny and Tom, can you please make me savvy checks?
I think while they're doing that, Vegas would just be there. Laz, what the fuck is this?
11.
11,
Nice.
yes. Go on, Tom.
I failed. I got 2-1, so I don't even know what my savvy is. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Cool.
Yeah,
You are just perplexed by the engineering of this, Isaac. You've never seen technology like this before. At the base of this kid's head as well is a giant gap where almost like a neon light is like spinning, almost like what looks like an air vent in like a Dyson Hoover kind of vibe, basically at the back of his head. And you're just perplexed by everything that's kind of going on here. Danny.
I go up to Vegas and I just say, "Hey man, I'm not sure if I signed up to this."
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
Danny, at that moment, you have a flashback. You find yourself sat in a prison cell. There are small bunks coming out of the wall. The room itself is completely white with a red stripe going around the center. It says at various intervals, cell 305. It's the cell at which you stood your term in prison. In the same cell, as you look around the room, you can see Isaac is asleep on one of the bunks across the room from you. Sat on the bed next to you is a woman who you came to really enjoy the company of during your time in prison. You know her as Maria. And Maria is kind of talking to you in hushed tones in hopes not to wake Isaac, but she's like, you know, one day I'm hoping I'm gonna get out of here because, you know, I'm hoping to see my boy. Do you have any kids of your own?
No, as far as I'm concerned, I've got no family.
Oh, well, I have this stunning boy who has the bluest eyes waiting for me at home, and I've got to get back to him. You know, I'm gonna get out of here. Bail's gonna come. I'm sure of it. And she holds over a small Polaroid picture of just the face of the boy that you see stood in front of you in this moment. And as she holds the photo, she goes, Neo. Neo's his name. And you snap back into the room as you're looking at the same face of the boy that was in the Polaroid picture in front of you.
Fucking hell, you're Maria's boy.
He
Neo.
goes, Mom? You know my mom? Laz looks up. You know my wife?
I fucking do, and you are punching well above your weight, Sunshine.
Oh, thank you. She's very beautiful. It's just, all the... And the smile?
All the talent.
Yep. All the talent. Well, it turns out her brain was also a big ass, as well as her... Anyway, we're getting off track. Hang on. Maria's your wife. She was our, and I'll point to me and Isaac, she was our Sally when we was in prison. You said she's escaped. She's alive. She made it out.
Yes, as far as the communication I've had, she made it out. She said that some person she was staying in a cell with, which I assume is you, blew the place to shreds, as she put it, and she has escaped on a ship.
We're taking a job.
You see
We're taking
Neo
a fucking job.
look up at Gigabyte. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that.
How much of this boy is actually human?
Are you asking?
Laz.
Laz looks at you and gives you like a stern look, Gigabyte. Like, almost a look that says, like, we don't talk about that, almost. As he goes, well, all of him, of course, he's a normal child. And he points to a clipboard on his workbench near you, Gigabyte, and you can see at the top, it says artificial intelligence.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
I mean, I knew Maria was talented, but fucking hell. She helped me design. Well, she told me about cybernetic arms. That's kind of how I learned how to do this.
Right. Let's fucking initiate the uninitiated here, shall we? What the fuck is going on?
This is
got
my son.
The holy
Vegas.
grail of artificial cybernetic enhancement here. In this form of a 10-year-old. Sorry, Lars. Laz, you were saying.
He grabs Neo and covers his where ears would be, basically, and goes, we don't say that. He's a normal boy. And lets him
All right,
go.
Geppetto.
Fuck all
Fuck it
normal
out, he's a real
about that boy.
I'm a real boy.
Neo looks at you and goes, that was mean.
I'm a real boy.
Oh.
I've got no strings to hold me down. Come here.
I look over to Vegas. And I say, we need a fucking deposit for this. This ain't a fucking collection on delivery. This is we need a fucking deposit
Isaac.
for this.
Isaac, for once, you and I are on the same fucking level. Laz, this is a whole new level of shit. You say 1 million credits, I'm tempted to ask you for 2. Tempted.
Yeah.
Highly fucking tempted.
Down payment, at least. Especially if we're going through the block. Is that what you said?
We gotta get this over the block.
To get him to the launch dock.
And you want 1 million fucking credits to get a boy who is... Cover his fucking ears again. You want us to get a boy who's not really a fucking... Don't fucking lie to me, Laz. This is some new shit. That's not 100% fucking human anyway. You want me to get a boy who's not a boy across the block with 3 gentlemen that I have known for all of fucking 2 minutes respectively talking, my friends. 1 million credits? You and I need to have a long fucking conversation, my friend.
You see him look at you sheepishly as he holds the ears. He goes, "You're our only hope. I'm sorry.
Don't give me this only hope bullshit.
I can pull another million. I can pull together another million.
We want 1 million tonight.
Right. I was gonna say 1 million. My friend said 1 million. We want 1 million tonight. You give me that credit chip right now, or I'm saying no."
You see him look down at his boy as he releases his ears, and he goes, Neo, son, these kind gentlemen, my friends, are gonna take you to Mama. He looks up at his father, eyes filled with a mixture of fear and hope, as it dawns on the child that his father is actually, in this moment, giving him to you guys. He looks up and he goes, am I gonna see you again? I'm not sure, Neo, but I will do my best. And he looks up at Vegas, and you can see there's a fire in his blue eyes, cutting across that gorgeous sea that fills them usually. As he holds up the 1 million credit chip and he goes, 1 million up front, and 1 million when you get there. My wife will give you the rest. And goes to hand it to Vegas.
Vegas is gonna look at the other 3, well, the other 2 in the room, and then looks up the ladder, thinking of Jesse, looks at this boy, grabs the credit chip, pockets it, and then gets down on his knees in front of this boy. It was Neo, right?
Mr. Anderson.
You see him grab Laz's trouser leg as he kind of hides as you get close. Yeah, it's Neo. What's your name?
Well, most people know me as Vegas. My friends call me Zane. And to those outside, well, I'm known as the Phoenix. You mean
The Phoenix?
We got
You didn't tell us you were called the Phoenix? Giga, did he tell you he's called the
fucking minutes?
The Phoenix? I mean, I like the name, but you never told us you were called the Phoenix.
Isaac, for fuck's sake, will you give me 4 fucking minutes with this kid?
I've never seen a bird before, sir, but I like the idea of birds. My father has told me much about them.
You know much about phoenixes, Neo?
No.
See, phoenixes, they go through a stage of rebirth. When they die, they born again from the ashes. You can say
You
that's
have your
what
software updates as I try and comfort the kid.
Gigabyte
what's your name?
Do you know what, boys? No, all 3 of you, just fucking get to the door and shut the fuck up for 5 months. Fuck, dude.
was going to say,
I
Gregor,
got
your
2 million
Lex is
credits.
showing.
2 million credits on this one fucking job, and you're all fucking it up before we even fucking start. Get up the fucking ladder.
I say,
This boss.
okay, Phoenix.
You see Laz go, Neo, go with Vegas's friends, and I just have to have a quick conversation with Vegas. And Neo runs over to Gigabyte and starts like kind of poking at your cybernetics. It's like, you're like me.
Well, 2 peas in a fucked up pod, kid. Come on, mate, you'll be alright.
And as you go up the stairs, Vegas is just going to turn. Neo, you come ask me about Phoenixes later. We'll have a chat. And I am going to turn and stare Lazarus dead in the eye, look over to Isaac, and just sort of tilt my head. Look Laz dead in the eye. Oh man, you got a lot of explaining to do.
He leans in and he goes, you have to do everything in your power to make sure that he's safe. See, Vegas, this could change the course of history. He is
history. No fucking shit, old man.
in the wrong hands. Vegas, he could be a weapon. You have to make sure that he doesn't get into the wrong hands.
Could be a weapon. Fuck
I
me if
put my
don't
hand
get
on-
him across the block. He's gonna be a weapon.
Put my hand on Vegas' shoulder, and I say, now it's time for you to just take a breath. And I step in front of Vegas, and I go to Lazarus, and I say, we're going to take care of your boy, and we're going to get him to his mom, and you're going to pay us 2 fucking million credits. And that's the deal.
We already
You don't
got
need
the
to know
1 million,
anymore.
Isaac.
Yeah, we got one, but we're going to get the other one. And that's
Okay.
that. Now, you got anything else to say to us, you say it. Otherwise, we got to get out of here.
If his mother has escaped, she'll be wanted by Void Corp and the like. So keep your wits about you. I'll collect his things and then you need to set out by the morning. Though his mother is coming tomorrow evening, so you've got to make the trip in a day.
What's the meeting point, Lazarus? What is the meeting point?
Launched dock. Bay 21.
The Mars-Cinco launch dock.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Fuck.
That is right in the middle of fucking everything. How are we going to... Why did you pick that as the meeting point?
So that my wife could get off of planet as quickly as possible. We have a safe house for her stationed in an asteroid field just off of Venus.
Fuck's sake. Well,
So you don't want to ask for the 3 million, Isaac?
Vegas, you know how I feel about deals. And we made a deal. And if I broke the deal, I'd ask you to fuck me up. So we're taking this deal, and we're delivering this kid. And then we're going to go do something else.
Brother.
And then
I got
as I'm taking the kid up the stairs, I'm like, I knew your mum. She was a lovely lady. I don't know much about Phoenix because I've always been more of a penguin guy myself. But let me tell you about penguins while we're waiting.
Amazing. Incredible. At that moment, we snap cut across Mars-Cinco. You see the camera come back into focus as we are at the landing dock, the Mars-Cinco landing dock, as a spaceship thrusters letting out this intense waves of energy kind of comes to a rest at the port as a door opens up with stairs on it. You see a close-up of the stairs as boots, dum, 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 dum. Another set of boots, dum, 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 dum. A metallic, three-pronged set of feet, king, 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 down the stairs. As the door lifts back up, we snap to a wide-angle shot of 4 people stood on the dock. As you can see in the background, various folks moving back and forth, people running with their children to go catch a public space transportation vehicle. You can see others loading up crates into vehicles. The 4 members stand there. One of the central 2 looks left and right and goes, "This'll do nicely. Set up a perimeter. I want to make sure that the ambush is set. We've got news that the Mark will be here in a day." As he turns, one of them places the hand on the chest of the person who just spoke. And he says, "Magnus, are you sure we want to do this? After that intel we got, are you sure you want to do this?" He grabs the hand and moves it away. "Look, if this thing can take us to the next level, then I don't see why we wouldn't. And who fucking cares who's here? I reckon it's rumors anyway. You saw what happened. He died." As they stride off past the camera. That's where we're going to end today's session, guys.
Nice.
What?
That was nice.
Fucking episode.
I have no idea what we were involved in, and I loved every second of it.
Guys,
I'm
thank you.
Well, yeah, I'll fucking.
Go on,
Hang
Matt,
on,
go
Bodie.
for it.
2 minutes. Just fucking hats off, mate.
Yes.
Exceptional
Yeah, well
fucking
done,
episode.
mate. Well done,
like,
well done.
fucking brilliant.
Love
Unacceptable GM, my absolute arse. So yeah, amazing, mate. Fucking fully love that. I hope everybody else did as well. That was awesome.
I appreciate that very, very much, Matt. You're an absolute legend, and it was great to see you in the player seat, dude. It was great to see you.
I agree.
You taking on one consistent role instead of 15 different ones, dude. It was nice to, really nice to see.
Yeah.
Really, really nice to see. I have to say,
Consistency, my
guys.
ass, but yeah.
I have to say, guys, it was an absolute pleasure. You guys were absolutely incredible. For everyone that's watching, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here at Malt and Magic tonight. I appreciate you infinitely, and I know the rest of the gang do as well. Please join the Discord server. There's an awesome growing community over in the Malt and Magic Discord server. It's a great place where you can talk about stuff that's happened in the session, speculate about a bunch of stuff, share art if you're an artist that wants to do any fan art or things like that. But please check that out, as well as subscribing to the YouTube channel. At the moment, we're really trying to grow that YouTube presence in hopes that we can continue to build the awesome Malt and Magic family that is being built at the moment. And follow us on Twitch, guys. If you got a quick second, hit that follow button before you dip out to another stream. I'm sure we'll raid if we've got some people in here. But otherwise, we will be back. The plunderers of Old Bessie will be back. Whether they get across the block is one thing. Whether they get to the Mars-Cinco loading dock is another. And whether they can survive what's waiting for them is the real question. So guys, we'll catch you next Monday for a super sick Matt back in the chair Malt and Magic episode, and our next Orbital Blues will be soon. We'll let you know about that on social media. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys. Have a nice evening.